This is Alex Prodealcenter Farm by BlackSheep Modding. It's 189.28 megabytes to download, and the description says, "Welcome to Alex Prodealcenter Farm. Discover the real family farm of Alexandre de Prodealcenter for an even more realistic immersion in the life of a French farmer. Visiting this farm in a real location in the Berrichonne countryside of central France, the roads will take you to the small village of Luant. You will be able to buy your materials and equipment from the Massey Ferguson distributor, Vermeer." So, let's go and check it out. And here we are, guys. This is where you start off in all three modes. We are at the main farm, and this is the map. We zoom out. It's a very cool map, actually. I quite like this. So like it says, it's based on a real place in France. Apologies if I've said any of the places or names wrong in the intro there. I'm not sure that is their surname of the family, is it? Surely. If it is, that's probably not how you say it. But apologies for that. We are up here, like I say, at the main farm that you start off in new farmer mode, which is what I'm in. So in new farmer mode, we get all this. So let's focus on the farm area first. Basically, if I click off that, we get this plot, which is all one. So we get field 6 and then all the farm area with a farmhouse on. That is valued at 196,416. We get quite a good size field and a quirky shape in number 5. That is 625 grand just over, and we also get field 4 across the road from there, just over 194 grand, that one. We do start off owning these areas, which a lot of them are where the sale points and productions are, plus the sort of lakes or ponds, whatever you want to call them, and all the sort of roads by the look of it as well. Some of the areas you may be able to place down some more things, but if you want to buy that in the other two modes, because you don't start off with any land in Farm Manager or start from scratch, that does have a value of 0. So if I now click off that, you can see there's this up here, production point there, these sell points down here, sell points, and then these are some more water areas like so. There is 2 places on the map that you will need to buy to make the icons show up on this map and to be able to use them. They're both animal pens. We've got a horse sort of barn area up here, so we need to buy that in a minute, which would do. And then also this chunk here, which comes with field 28, that is a cow barn. The cows actually graze out on field 28 there, so that is what we need to buy in a minute. We do have a couple of sell points and productions scattered around. There's not a huge amount on here, but what ones are on here are pretty cool. So they've got this area over here. They've all been sort of renamed to go with the French theme. We do have a BGA down here. You will need to own that to be able to use it. Now, it's one of the BGAs where you can buy the land for 114,024, but you still need to actually buy the production itself. So you can buy the land first if you want to place anything down, or if you want to go whole hog, you need to buy the lot. So you buy it from the sort of wrench, the spanner that's down there. We'll go through that when we are there. And then we've got the workshop down here and a couple of sell points as well. There's also this area over here which we'll check out towards the end, and I'll talk through that as well. Field prices aren't too bad. 7's quite a big fella. That's just over 1.2 million. Let's pick a small one. There's not that many small ones really. 14's fairly small, 78 grand. 39, 66, 15, 67. These two are joined together kind of, but there's separate crops in there. I think there's like a strip of grass separating them. So 438 there. These two come together, 9 and 10, 315. There is some forestry areas. They're not huge, but there's one there for 118, 259. Little one there. I think there's one at the top there. and then this guy over here which takes in that lake there as well. There is a few areas that you cannot buy. So all this area up here where it looks like there's buildings on, these are all sort of houses. It's a build up area. We can't buy any of that, but obviously you can buy the fields around it. So that one's 41 grand. And then a similar story here, like so. This plot here you can buy as well. I'll talk about that when we sort of look at the cow barn. That's the word, isn't it? So yeah, not a bad map, pretty cool. If we scroll up through this way, there's 10 collectibles on here. So I should imagine they're going to be quite hard to find if there's only 10. Don't start off with any productions. There is contracts on the other fields. We haven't got any animal pens yet as such. Now, if we go up to the prices menu, this is pretty cool. If we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we've got a couple of extra things on here you can grow, produce and sell. So we've got this, again apologies for the pronunciations, but Berrichonne de Berry. That looks like a bagel to me. We'll talk about that when we get to the bakery, because that is where you're going to produce it. And then we've got apple here, which again you'll see in a second. So we can sell those two things. Look at the prices for them as well. Obviously I am in easy economy because we're in new farmer mode. So pretty cool. We'll talk about all that as we go round. There's a couple of quirky little things as well that they've changed and tweaked. Yeah, so we are here at the main farm. We'll go through slot counts in a second. In modded in things, if we come over onto this field, so you can see this field here, look, quite a quirky shape. We have a few sheds modded in, which are scattered around on the map. So we've got this guy, kind of see like that. That is at our main farm, you'll see in a second. This fella, and then this one with a sort of little lean-to on it. In silos, we do have this old grain. We do start off with that. We'll talk about that when we get to that. That is not at your main farm here. It's a little bit further away. So that is 400,000 litre capacity, but it is a multi-fruit. Then we've got a bunker silo and we've got a manure heap like so. They are both at the cow barn area. What else did we have? In production and factories, we've got a modded in BGA, the 251, which is a hell of a lot cheaper than the base game one. So 120 grand to buy that. If we go to the base game one, 875, so a lot cheaper. Does exactly the same. And then here we have got the apple tree, which is pretty cool. Now this looks like it goes along the lines of the greenhouse type thing. So you just need to put water in and you'll get apple out. You can see the area where the pallets or boxes of apples will appear. Then you can pick them up and you can go and sell them or use them a little bit later, which I'll talk about when we get there. And I think that is it for modded in things. If we go along to painting, there is a few extra textures in here, which is pretty cool. We've got animal mud, asphalt, cobblestone, concrete bricks, concrete tiles, dirt, a couple of dirts, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, river, rock and granite. And that is it. So pretty cool. Slot counts, like I say, in new farmer mode, it is 988 slots, and we start off with this equipment. So you get some pretty decent equipment. Got the little old Zeta there, small tractors. We've got two medium tractors, Massey Ferguson 7726S and a Class Axion 830. Got decent size harvester, the Case Axial Flow 7150. Got Manitou telehandler. We've got the new style pickup. We've got two Branter trailers. Header for your harvester. Agromash plough. Lemkin cultivator, so 5 metre one. We've got 4 power harrows. I don't know why we've got 4, but these guys you can hook up to our seeders, which I'll show you in a second. We've got a subsoiler, and then we've got these 2 seeders. So like I say, if I press R3 for me for the combinations, it shows you what they will hook up to. So you can hook your power harrows up to the relevant one, and the same there, and you can sort of seed and cultivate at the same time. Pretty smart. We've got a sprayer, we've got a weeder, we've got a mower. Oh, skip one. Couple of telehandler tools, a bucket and a pallet fork. Couple of weights, a 1500 kilogram one, an 1100 kilogram one. And then we've got this Bachmann trailer where you can put things on, pallets or whatever you wish to, big bags. Pretty smart. So that is the equipment. You start off with new farmer mode. In Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, if you come on here, you don't start off owning anything. So no land, no equipment, nothing. It does obviously start here. The slot count in those two modes is 815. Back to new farmer mode, if you sell off all of that equipment I've just showed you, you can get it down to 831. And then there's only one shed on this farm that you can sell, and that is the big one in front of us where our equipment is. That's the only thing I could find that you could sell on the actual farm here. But you can sell off a couple of other things which I'll talk about in a second. You can, this is where our silo is. It says old grain. I thought it was a sell point at first, but that is actually our silo. You can sell that off. And there's a shed up there as well. If you do that, sell off that, and also this shed, I'll show you this one you can sell off. Sell those off, and also you can sell off this hedge if you get the trigger right. There we go. That only takes the slot count down by 1, but it will, I'm going to actually show you that actually, because you can see what that looks like. So it gets rid of that sort of U-shape hedge. Can't seem to get any trigger on these. There's another hedge there. There's also hedge here and some over by a farmhouse. Can't sell off any of them, get rid of them. You can't sell off any of these other buildings, or I couldn't at least anyway. Only this shed, and there's a shed up by our silo. I got the slot count down to 811. There's potential to get that down even further, but you will need to buy the land where things are. And like I say, the cow shed and things like that, there is only certain things you can sell there. You can't sell the actual cow shed. I'll talk about it when we get down there. So I would probably leave those things as is, but obviously if you wanted to revamp this little area, and if you got rid of this shed and that hedge, you could probably plough through there a little bit more just to make this field a tiny little bit bigger, or whatever you wish to do. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's have a wander around the farm. I think we've talked about everything so far. So back over here we do have our farmhouse, and we've got a sleep trigger on the front door. You can't go in there. So this car, for instance, that's all decoration. You can't get rid of that. There's a little bit of a sort of storage area there. It's not very big though. Again, tiny little slot there. That van is decoration. You can't go in any of these buildings, but over here we have this building which we can go in, which I think is quite cool. It's got some really good detail on this map, so it looks like, you know, it's a proper place someone's about. It's this proper workshop here. So we've got a workshop trigger in here. There's a little bit of a sort of hayloft storage area up there. Now we've got a door just here if you're getting concerned about how you get your equipment in, but that is quite tight. But I'm thinking the trigger's probably out here as well. Haven't actually tested it, but I'm guessing so. In here we've got another cool little sort of shed. We've got a wardrobe trigger just there, so that's pretty smart. I like what they've done there. That is the only doors you can go in there, and then here is all our equipment stored. We do start off with a pallet of seeds and a few big bags, and also 2 pallets of solid fertilizer, which is nice. Obviously getting rid of those will drop the slot count down by a little bit as well, but I didn't count them because I was guessing that most people would want a bit of free seed and fertilizer, so I left that. There you go, that is pretty much our farm. Nice trailer. We'll jump in the pickup and we will head out. We're going to stop at our silo first. There is traffic on these roads. They are not very wide at all, so you could have some fun, especially in that big harvester. And you get traffic coming both ways, look. I mean, they start slowing down even when you're trying to drive past them in the pickup, so maybe want to turn traffic off. I don't really like turning the traffic off because, again, it brings sort of life to a map, but it could get a little bit tedious. Keep having to stop and pull over. This side here on the right, that is actually part of the free area that we start off with. So again, you could pretend that was your house if you wanted to start there, whatever you wish to. Because obviously, even though you can't sell off the farmhouse, you can place another one now, which is cool. Right, in here, like I say, there's one of the sheds there, and then round in under here we've got our silo, tip in, pipe out. Like I said, in the build mode, that is 400,000 litre capacity, and that is a multi-fruit. So look, there you go, you can sell that, and you can sell that shed there as well. And then moving on from there, we want to go, where do we want to go? We want to go this way, don't we? Yes, we do. Oh, I need to add in some money, don't I? So let's stop here. I'll turn that off. Bear with me a second, I will add some money in. Right, there we go. I think I've probably added in a bit too much, but anyway. So let me quickly show you. We came from the main farm up this road and then up this track into the silo. We're now here. So if I buy this area, 132,364, and buy that, click off it, we've now got the horse barn. I'm also going to do the cow area while I'm here. That is 105,947. And there you go, we've got the cow barn appearing like so. That is the only two plots you need to buy for those to show. You will not be able to open any doors in any of these if you don't own the land. So now we've got the triggers and icons and things like that showing up. We've got a cool little gate that opens up and then folds back. Look, I like that. This will hold 16 horses. As you can see, you only need to give them food and straw. There's no water required. It's plumbed in, and they will graze all out here and in there. Do have a sort of riding area if you want to bring them round in through that gate and trot round with them if you want to exercise them. So your feed and straw triggers are just there. There is a couple of sheds and storage area just here. We can go into this area like that. Oh, one thing I did forget to tell you, talking of sheds, is our shed back at the main farm does have lights on, and you can stand anywhere. It's one of those ones and just click the thumbstick for myself and the lights will come on. So like I say, you can use all this for storage, and then we've got this riding area. So if you wanted to start off as a sort of horse farmer, there's another house here with a sort of garage at the end. You could use that as your house and sleep trigger if you wanted to, so it's pretty cool. We'll just jump to the pickup. I like a map that has a few possibilities of how you want to play. There's more houses there, look. Plenty of options of where to start. Right. I did add in a fair bit of money because I wanted to buy a couple of these productions just to show you. So this is actually called on the map Henri et Fils, which I got to translate in Google Translate. Now Google Translate isn't always accurate, but it translated to Henry and Sons, or Henri and Son. And I put in, again, apologies, Menuiserie, and that come back as Carpentry. So this is actually Carpentry, but what I like about this is obviously you will need to buy this. You can use it as a sell point for wood, so just here will be your sell point. Come tip there. If we run through here again, cool little yard, someone walking around in there. Look, if we buy this now for 60 grand, pretty cool. Now if I click on that again and open up the production, so like I say, this is carpentry. So with this, instead of normally you'd go to the sawmill, put your wood in, get your planks, go to the carpentry, put your planks in there, get your furniture. With this, you just bring your wood here, it goes straight into furniture. You also get wood chips as a byproduct as well, which is pretty cool. This is very, very cool. Awesome little yard. Lovely furniture already stacked up there, look, made. Now obviously your pallets or your furniture is going to appear here. I couldn't work out where the wood chip output is, but it's obviously going to be here. You're not going to get in there, so I'm guessing it's going to be out here. I couldn't find anywhere obvious, so just something to point out. But I thought that was very cool, something a bit different. So let's head on out this way. We need to get back down to that main sort of road when we first come out of the main farm, and then go left. Oh, there's a car coming. Apologies for that. Cut right out in front of them. There's a pretty cool, nice looking map. There's nice lighting. I mean, BlackSheep Modding done some good maps. I'm loving the old stream farm. All the power lines, everything. So now we're going into the built up area. Nice houses, gives it that feel that, you know, it's a proper place. There's people about, there's traffic. Very, very cool. But like I say, very tight if you're coming along here with machinery. Right, let's head on up this way. So there you go, look, very, very tight. I like the way the map disappears up off of there. It looks like it goes on forever, but we are literally on the edge of the map. We probably will get the, there you go. But that's pretty cool how that does that. Right, we're at the animal dealer, guys. First of all, we've got the sell point, which is going to be for your bells or loose. Also does cut sugar beet, I think. Now your icon is actually here, but you don't get anything clicking on that. You need to come into the actual zone and then do it. Now it's showing those two because obviously we have purchased the land, but if you didn't own them it would show nothing. Say you haven't owned any of them, or you don't own any of them. Right, so we came out of carpentry down there along, we're now up here in the animal dealer. We're going to come out and we'll do these little bits as well, and I'm going to buy the bakery as well when we get there. That is the only other production I will buy, because that's sort of the ones that are showing you different things, new things. Oh, we've had a little accident, look, awesome. Let's not get involved in that. Again, I love this little yard. We've got a way station, so you can come up and go in. Very cool. Now again, apologies for the pronunciations, but this is Etz France Cereal. So we've got a sell point and a production point here right on top of each other. So on the left we've got the sell point, so just there for your grains. It does say up there in the red direct sales, and then we've got the production point just there, and in the red it says production flour. So this is like your grain mill technically. Oh, I am going to buy this actually, so come up here and buy this. Look how much that's worth, €1. That can't be right, so we're going to buy that. It's a little bit noisy, I do apologise. Click on that. Like I say, this is like your grain mills. This is where you can produce flour. So wheat, barley, oat and sorghum flour we can make. It's all going to be flour, so very cool. We've got your area here where your flour will appear. There is an area over here which I couldn't quite work out. It's got these markers round and they are floating. which go all the way in here, but these are sort of storage bays as far as I can tell, so I'm not sure what that is. I thought it might have been another sort of separate sell point, because obviously that's for your grains. Thought that might be for sort of pallets, things like lettuce and strawberries, but this area doesn't come up as a sell point option on the prices list, so I'm not sure what that is all about there, guys. Cannot help you with that one. We've got a lime buy point just there. Let's head on out. And I'm going to stop just here and we'll run across to the bakery. So we've got the bakery here. This is Boulangerie de Campagne, which I got to translate as country bakery. So again, we can buy that 50 grand, which we will if we click on that. So you can do your usual things. You can produce your bread and make your cakes with all the right ingredients. But then we've got the bagel. I presume it is a bagel. It looks very much like one. I'm going to call it a bagel. And there's the ingredients that you're going to need to do the bagels. You're going to need flour, sugar, eggs and apples. So this is a place where you can bring your apples. So that's pretty cool. And then as you can see, the outgoing products are down there. You can do your usual thing, storing, distributing or selling. But obviously with these, distributing them on isn't going to do anything, so you'll need to sell them. Round the back is the tip in and where your produce is going to appear. Very cool. Let's jump out across down here. It has that accident. Oh my goodness, that is the way we need to go. So we need to try and... It's people... This could not have happened at a worse time, could it? I'm not even going to get through there, am I? That is... Trying to do a map tour here, guys. Come on. Right, sign's over. Oh, that car flipped up. Whoa, we're flipping up. Right, we're through. That is crazy. Right, we're out of it. Not getting involved in that. Heading on down this way, out of the chaos, we have got the cow barn, which is just here. So I'm going to stop there. Like I say, you won't be able to open any of these doors. This one here doesn't open, but that's going to be your milk collection point. This one we can drive all the way through. So this is where you're going to tip in your straw and your food. Again, they won't need water because it is a barn. This has got some very cool little features on, which I really like. There is the manure heap there, which was one of the modded in things. So that's pretty cool. What I love is we've got these cattle grids either side of this ramp. Just there. So your cows can come up this ramp and come in and have their feed. And then go off out grazing again. They can't go wandering because of the cattle grid. I think little things like that. I love little things like that. It's cool. They are going to graze all out along here. This is classed as a field, but it's pretty bad shape field, so you may want to do something with it. Change it, plough it up. We've got a slurry point just there, and then my dialogue box is here. This will hold 150 cows. We've got another gate like so. This is a bunker silo, again the modded in thing, and then one of these modded in sheds. So you can sell off that. I don't think I could get rid of that bunker silo. Yeah, so it's a bit iffy with some of the things you can and can't sell. You'll soon be able to tell when you click on them. Oh, this plot over here, which I talked about. So let's give you a quick recap where we've been. So we did all this area. We came through the accident down here at the cow area. So this is the area here you can buy for 111,645. Nothing appears on the map, but again, it's another sort of place you could start if you wanted. If you owned the cow barn, this could be your little farm. You've got a house there, you can put a sleep trigger down. We've got a few bits of storage sheds, a bit tight those two. Then we've got that shed with the sort of lean-to, and this one here as well. So that's pretty smart. So again, you could sell off those sheds, but you'll need to own this land. That will obviously get slot counts down. But I think getting rid too many sheds and things like that, it does ruin the feel of certain maps. And obviously if there's only certain things you can sell, and like that cow barn stays, you can't sell that. What's the point in getting rid of just a shed if you can't get rid of that cow barn, you know? Just a thought. Right, we are going to be a bit naughty and we're going to cut through this way. So we're going to go alongside one of the forestry areas, just because it's a bit easier to get to the BGA like this. So I'll try and keep the camera angle sensible. Then we should join back up onto this road like so. And then I'll have to get down low because there is, oh sorry, a few trees down this end. And there's our BGA on our right. Why are you braking? I'm nowhere near you. Keep going. So swinging there. Again, we've got a way station just here. And I think we'll spin round so we're ready to go and jump out. Two big bunker silos. We've got this huge shed. So you've got the open pull through one. You can use this without owning the land. So obviously we don't own this. And then on the end of this shed you do have another workshop trigger. I think there's like 3 workshop triggers on this map. So there's all your tip in, things like that. Now with this BGA, obviously, right, cow barn, we came down, we cut through that way, joined up with that road, and we're now here. If you buy that land, 114,024, it won't mean you own this. I did sort of talk about that, but you could buy it if you want. The only real place to place anything is on this grass area. Those you cannot get rid of anyway, even if you own the land. But if you want to use it all properly, now bear in mind I said the modded in one for this map was 120 grand. If we go to this option, that now adds on the land as well, the price of the land onto the 120,000. So if you were to buy the land first and then want to buy the BGA, that would just show 120,000 because obviously you've already paid the money for the land, if that makes sense. It kind of does in my head. Right, we're getting there guys, just a few more little areas to see. And then I'm going to drive out to show you that sort of placeable area. So let's go in here. Right, one thing I found when we get down this part of the map, it is a bit laggy. If I go up into landscaping mode, I don't know if you can notice, but I certainly can. There we go. Now it's all of a sudden jumps. Look, if you're moving, that's laggy. That is. Then it just suddenly jumps. It feels like that as well when you're sort of driving around down here. But I love this area. What an awesome place. So this is our Massey Ferguson dealership. Our Maru, whatever it is. But again, these things are probably using up your slot count a little bit, but I love things like this. If you came somewhere like this in real life, you'd see all things like this laying around on the ground. It just brings it to life, and that is what I like about certain maps. Anyway, in here we got John behind his computer there. This is our shop area. If we look, he's actually looking at a blank screen, so I don't know if he's gone a bit loopy. Bless him. But look at all this detail in here. We've got things on the shelves, things for sale, got a parts area, I would imagine. It's very, very good what they've done. It's brought it right to life, this. Let's run down this side, because just here is a fuel buy point. That does actually show on the map. There you go, gas station. So you can fill up. And then we've got another workshop trigger just in here, like so. That takes you back up to John in his office up there, which is very cool. You can't use these. I was hoping we might be able to bring our machinery in here and wash them. But the good thing about this, if you're worried about the height and getting that, the trigger does extend out to here, so you can park up here and still be able to do it. Again, you can't use this one. Those sheds you can't really use, but round the back here, and remember this is part of the bit we own in new farmer mode, it's part of the free land. Got all this area sort of placeable if you wanted to put anything down, which is very cool. So yeah, these sheds are all sort of being used, so you're not going to be able to place anything down there. But round the front here we've got a sell point. So this is the Maru sell point, or Marais. This is where you can sell your furniture. That is the only thing you can sell here. So if we go on to here, the only place or item that comes up, furniture, look, there we go, it's Maru. So that's where you're going to sell your furniture from. So pretty smart. Moving on from there, back out of this awesome dealership. Few houses around, and then just in here we've got our restaurant. If I turn this off, again, been done very nice. Got this sort of little conservatory, lean-to tables in there, and I don't know if you can hear, got people talking. I know there's no one visually sat down, but that's what it's meant to simulate. Oh, we're blocking that lady. I do apologise, my love. Right, so that is pretty much it, guys, for that area. The sell points, the main bits, I will quickly show you on the map. So yeah, come from the cows, we went through there, BGA, down this road into the shop, and then restaurant. We're going to head up there now and across this way, and then we're going to go all the way down, and we're going to check out this area. That black line there is actually a train track. There is a train that runs through, goes very quick. You cannot use it, it's just decorative. I'm hoping when we get down there it will come across, but we will see. I just thought I'd show you that last area, because obviously you can buy it if you wanted to use it as a placeable area. You could even build a farm down there, it's plenty big enough. So let's go up this way, and you get to see another sort of parts of the map, more fields. As you can see, it's very nice, open. A lot of these fields have got potential to be joined up as well. You may lose obviously some of the track, so you'd have to work out a certain way to get to your fields a bit sensibly. Yeah, I quite like this map though, it's nice. Just over there is where we started off, that's our main farmlet. We're missing the hedge, obviously that would be there normally. Huge field though, look at that, that is ours. Please come along, train, please, please, please. Word of warning though, and this will probably happen now on the map tour, we've had one incident already. There is no level crossing, no warning to say that the train is there. It is, look how quick that goes. So yeah, just here there is no barriers, flashing lights or anything like that, so it's kind of keep your eyes open and go for it. But just down in here, you can just see it on the mini map, this is that area. It's quite a big area, and you've got all this, it's pretty flat as well, so you could probably start your farm here and then use that as field behind, or buy one of these fields. It is separate, so there you go, 114,468. That's it, that's pretty much the map, guys. That is Alex Prodealcenter Farm by BlackSheep Modding. Hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a thumbs up, really appreciate that. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.